Some people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they stay silent. Because shyness becomes a cage that feels safe on the inside but steals every opportunity on the outside. And the hardest truth is this: the world never rewards the things you don't express. I remember the day Evan walked into my office for the first time. He moved quietly, as if apologizing for taking up space. His eyes stayed low, shoulders pulled inward, hands tightly clasped like he was holding himself together. When he finally spoke, the words came out thin, barely using his own voice. "I feel shy. All the time. And it's ruining my life." He didn't say it dramatically. He said it like someone admitting a secret he had carried for years. Evan was 22. Smart, respectful, observant. But shyness didn't just limit him. It controlled him. It guided every decision he avoided, every conversation he ran from, every dream he postponed because he feared being seen trying. He told me he wanted to speak up at work, but whenever ideas came to his mind, his throat tightened. He wanted to make friends, but introducing himself felt like standing in front of a storm. He wanted to grow, but felt glued to one spot, watching others move ahead. Shyness like his never starts suddenly. It begins early, somewhere in childhood. One embarrassing moment becomes a script the mind keeps replaying. For Evan, it happened in middle school. He mispronounced a word during class reading. Someone snickered. A few joined. What the world moved on from in minutes, he carried for more than a decade. He learned that speaking was dangerous. Mistakes were humiliating. Attention was risky. His nervous system remembered the laughter more clearly than any success he had afterward. And like so many people, he started shrinking his life to avoid ever feeling that again. But the real tragedy of shyness isn't the quietness. It's the consequences. He watched someone else get the promotion he wanted because he didn't apply. He watched coworkers connect while he sat alone at lunch with excuses like, "I'm fine." He developed feelings for a girl but never built the courage to talk to her. Life wasn't rejecting him. He was rejecting himself before the world even had a chance. One day, he looked up at me and said something that broke my heart. "I feel like I'm outside my own life, watching someone else live the version I want." I took a breath because I knew the truth he needed wasn't soft. Sometimes the most loving thing a therapist can do is place a mirror in front of the lies someone believes. So I asked him, "Do you think the world rewards silence?" He already knew the answer. His gaze dropped. "No." Then I said the line that shifted everything for him. "If you hold back, you lose. Not because you aren't good enough, but because no one ever gets to see what you're capable of." He didn't cry dramatically. He just closed his eyes as tears slipped down. The kind of tears people cry when they realize how much of their life they've spent running from their own voice. To help him see the bigger picture, I told him something most people forget. Every successful person he admired once feared being seen. Oprah Winfrey froze during early speeches. Michael Jordan didn't make his school team. Thomas Edison was told he didn't have what it took. The difference wasn't that they were born confident. They simply didn't let embarrassment write their future. Then I gave Evan one assignment: not to become confident, not to suddenly transform, not to impress anyone. The goal was small, almost too small. Speak once every day, one sentence, to anyone. He was confused at first. It sounded too simple, but healing shyness doesn't begin with speeches. It begins with a tiny crack in the shell. Day 1, he said good morning to a coworker. He told me his voice shook even for that. Day 3, he replied to a joke with a complete sentence. It wasn't witty or loud, but it was him trying. And that mattered. Day 6, his team asked for ideas. He described one, voice trembling, hands cold. But he did it. And when he finished, something unexpected happened. They appreciated his idea. Day 10, he walked into my office differently. His shoulders weren't as tight. His voice had more tone. His eyes lifted on their own. They liked what I said, he told me. For the first time, I felt heard. That's the thing most shy people don't realize. The world is kinder than the fear inside their head. I shared something essential with him. People don't remember your mistakes. They remember your courage. The human mind exaggerates embarrassment, but other people forget it in minutes. They're too caught up in their own lives to analyze our flaws. It's our own fear that keeps replaying imaginary judgment. Then we worked on the deeper step, identity. I asked him to imagine the future version of himself, the version who speaks clearly, socializes comfortably, trusts his words, the version who isn't louder but more open. Every time you feel afraid, I said, ask yourself, what would that version of me do right now? He began choosing the courageous option in small moments. Not always, but often enough to shift his life's direction. Bravery isn't the absence of fear. It's action with fear present. About a month later, Evan came in smiling. Not a forced smile, a natural one. Someone new joined our office today, he said. I introduced myself first. The boy who once struggled to make eye contact now initiated connection. The boy who once avoided being seen now allowed the world to see him. He didn't become a new person. He simply stopped hiding the one he already was. And this is where I want you to pay attention. The same transformation is waiting for you. Shyness is not your enemy. Silence is not your protector. Fear of judgment is not your truth. You've simply believed a lie for too long. The lie that expressing yourself is dangerous. It's not. It's necessary. Every dream requires a voice. Every opportunity requires visibility. Every relationship requires presence. Your future cannot unfold if you keep yourself invisible. Here's the truth you must hear clearly. If you wait for confidence, you'll wait forever. If you wait to be perfect, you'll never start. If you wait to feel ready, life will pass by without you. Speak even if your voice shakes. Try even if fear whispers all the reasons not to. Show yourself even if the world feels too big. Courage does not roar. Sometimes courage is one small sentence spoken at the right moment. Your life doesn't need a louder voice, it needs a braver one. And remember this the way Evan remembered it. If you hold back, you lose, but if you try even a little, you rise.